Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out.
All right, so let's reset for a second and reintroduce ourselves. The real Sam Crane is to my right. I'm Weekend Gabe, holding you down here on Weekend at Gabe's on Twitch TV. Don't forget to give us a follow on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, also at the real Sam Crane. Your life and your social media experience would be that much more improved.
It's way more blue on this side.
Joining us now as one of the co-owners of the Kuma Links Chicago Hip Hop Fest. It is a pleasure to introduce Jacinda Bullie joining us here on Weekend at Gabe's. Good evening. How are you?
Hey, how are you guys? Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much. We're so glad that you're able to join us and get on line with us, be on the show. We have a lot of questions to talk about. But first off, how are you doing? How was your day today? Let's just check it. Let's just get our mental health right.
Right. Peace. So I literally just closed down the first day, opening up. This summer, we are hosting 6 weeks of workshops, performances, and just activating a space on Chicago's West Side. And so today was day one. So been up since the sun came up, and we literally just locked the gate.
Fantastic. So your first show, if I'm correct, is next week on July 23rd. Is that still the plan?
Yes. Yep. That's it. This week is just a soft launch of the space. So we just had some basketball games that we were doing, and some things like that. Just trying to get the space set up, getting the garden going, and hanging out, getting to know the community that we're in.
I seen you getting out there with the paint gun and really getting involved in setting up the whole thing. I love the event that you're putting on because it's so grassroots, and Chicago loves that. Talk about the amazing volunteers that you guys have and all the people that are coming together to help you put this on.
Word. Okay. So, Kuma Links, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. Hip Hop Theater Fest is the brainchild of Arts and Youth Development Collective in Chicago, named Kuma Links. And so we rely a lot on just the people and the love of the people to show up and bring whatever skills, whatever expertise, whatever cultural capital that we each have to make it work. And so we got all ages that come through. We believe that everybody has something to offer, and that there can be a beautiful exchange of skills and love to grow. And that's what we do. We make it work. With whatever we got, we make it work.
So last year, I imagine you guys didn't offer the experience because of COVID, right? So what is this return? How are you guys returning with excitement from the lapse of last year? What's the energy like bringing everyone back?
Yeah, last year we did our entire festival online, and that felt real different.
I bet.
Us. And so we're doing a mix this year. But this summer we're just super excited because we literally came to the west side of Chicago. There was a vacant lot, and we just kind of reclaimed it. The Hip Hop Theater Fest is about reclaiming public space that is underused or not made accessible to folks from community or folks who are typically marginalized within the city. And so we want to activate the space. We want to offer free engagement from things for young folks to get into, music, space to dance, space to chill and relax. And so this summer we just really said, what? It's been one. And so what can we do just to show some love, right? And so the space that we have started activating is really just about coming in and chilling, right? And trying to leave all of that mess outside of the space, and then providing some food, providing just some good vibes. If you want to shop a little bit, if you want to take a little yoga class, if you want to paint some sneakers, if you want to DJ, we do some live DJing classes. We're painting live. So every day is just kind of folks coming through and sharing a little bit of whatever it is that brings them joy. So yeah, we
Nice.
try to do it big and really think about what folks need, just to get right mentally, right, and to like get reacclimated into a new world, like dreaming this new world. We had a whole year to like pause, right, and really reflect on some things. And so we don't want to step into the same old, step into, that shifting, right, of ideas, right, and norms, and practicing new norms and new values. So that's what the space is about.
Nice.
So the title of the festival is Chicago Hip Hop Theater Project, and I'm big into the importance of words. What is, because it could have just been the Chicago Hip Hop Festival, right? What is important about hip hop theater, and how is it different than just throwing a rap show?
Word. Okay, so two pieces. So the festival that we do here is called Hip Hop Theater Fest. The reason that we are hosting a theater fest is because Kumba has been a hip hop theater ensemble for 25 years. And so long before folks had coined that term, we were taking original works, right, of folks who constantly have to exist and thrive in the margins, and bringing those to the stage. And so our tool and our creative outlet has always been hip hop aesthetic. And so for us, it was really important to call it the Hip Hop Theater Fest, because we are bringing theater created by folks to an audience that reflects the creators of that work, right? And using tools, creative tools, and forms of expression that are native to those folks, right? That those folks are the originators of. And so for us, it was really important that when I step on the stage and I'm a beatboxer, like that's my art form, right? So I'm gonna tell my story with my art form. And so that's really where it birthed from. But this year, the festival, each year we have a different theme. And this year, the theme is it started on the basketball court. And that's because we're 25 years old as an organization. And the Theater Fest is in its seventh year. But the founders of the fest, myself and Jaquanda, who are also founders of Kumba Links, we actually met on a basketball court. So we thought, you know what? We're going to build a basketball court set, and our shows are going to take place on that basketball court as an ode to the night we met on a basketball court in Uptown on the north side of Chicago.
Shout out
At midnight.
Uptown. Shout out Uptown.
Yes. Yep.
One time. I see, and speaking of basketball, I seen the jerseys that y'all designed. Look fantastic. Is there somewhere, do you got to show up in person to get one of those? Can we buy them online? What's up?
So we haven't put it online, but we're definitely going to put a link on our IG where you can purchase it online. But we have so much merch. So we have 2 shipping containers that we repurposed, and those shipping containers have in them all kinds of merch that our young folks have made. So fashion, jewelry, health and wellness, body care, sneakers. So we got all type of stuff. So folks, if they're in the city, should come through and check out all of the art, and that's all for sale.
How do you all curate the different performers? Obviously, you guys have alumni, current students, people who are interested in performing. How do you curate it to make sure it stays within the theme, but also that it flows, and the fusion of each performer makes it entertaining for someone to come out and watch? But to take us into that planning.
That's a tough question, but really, we put out an application every year in December, and it's just a call. We prioritize Kumba Links alum and affiliates, and you basically in your applications, share like what's the work that you want to present, and we ask you, some questions that ground us in our mission, right, which is critical hip hop. And so what we mean by critical is that it's taking a real conscious lens that really is going to look at race, class, culture, the intersectionality of our different identities. And we're really looking for works that are exploring that, challenging a lot of the norms that we currently exist in, and imagining something, more relevant and more equitable. And so it's just an application process. If you don't want to write it out, you can give us a call, and like we give lots of different options, and then we just kind of share it amongst a collective of former performers, current folks, just different stakeholders, and we make a decision, and then we just give an invite.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Sam, did you have
something? I was just gonna ask, like, do you reject a lot of people? What's that process like? Is it like tough to just like you get swamped with stuff, or is it like no, these are our people, they coming to us?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends, we don't ever want to reject someone. We may feel like a work is not developed enough, and we may not have the resources. So we may say, hey, we want to connect you with someone, and if you can spend like, this year kind of developing your work. Or we may say, you know what, it's not developed, but we want to give it an opportunity. We want to, help you, right? So we want to bring in a choreographer to kind of support you, or maybe you need, a sound system, or you need, who knows? So like just making do with what we have and what access we have, because we really believe that it's important that we have equity, right? And that means we have to give up something, right? And we have to have access. If you have access, you have to share that access, right? You have to gather resources. It's not good enough for us to be like, oh well, you're in a wheelchair and we're not accessible, so we can't do your show. No, we're like, yo, we may not have those resources, but we're gonna find someone who can build a stage that's compatible, right? That can work for you. If we have to find funding, if we gotta get, in kind, we do whatever we can to try to support works. We definitely want it to be representative, of the city that we live in, and the world that we live in, and the stories that need to be told. So we also we try to have a particular theme on a night, but each show we like for it to have its own kind of storyline,
right?
So that and a genre, right? Like if it's predominantly like an MC, then the next we're not gonna have all MCs, right? So the next show will be, more dance or more live art, or something. So we try to mix it up that way.
You guys, so 3525 West Madison is the location where you guys are set up on Chicago's west side. We're going to have a guest from the west side. So how important is it to make sure to do it on the west side? Because obviously that's a part of the city that needs more equity, more resources, more economic stimulation. So how important is it to make sure to place your event that is also going to address a lot of those issues? Was that a decision that was made, with that thought?
Yeah, definitely. The mission of Kuma Links is really about that, right? Like, we really believe that we are all better than our worst behavior. We try to practice that, and that can be really difficult, but I think that we're grounded in the idea that, there's lots of contradictions, and it's complex. The radical wellness, right? Or the revolution us talk about when we're in movement building work, and we're in work that's about engaging and loving on folks. It can be challenging, and so we definitely.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. We got you back.
My bad. Did I cut off? I'm so sorry.
You did. Yeah, you're at the end of your thought. Yeah.
It's all good. So you can hear me now?
Yep, yeah. You sound great.
I was just sharing that, we want to be in a space where we can love on one another. And so we're super intentional about that being at the forefront, right? And that whatever we share on stage, however we engage with each other, it's really keeping that at the forefront, that we can shift and transform ourselves and each other. But it's a daily practice.
Fantastic. The Chicago Hip Hop Theater Fest returns to the West Side on, as Jacinda mentioned, July 23rd. Correct me if I'm wrong. July 23rd, August 6th, August 13th, August 20th, and August 21st this summer on Chicago.
Yeah.
I got it right? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she got it.
All right, fantastic. Where can people go to find out more information? Any more information that they want to learn before they pop up. I'm for sure gonna pop up maybe on the 23rd, maybe the next week, and I'll be out there for the opening or one of the other days. But I'll definitely be out there. Looks like you hit a dead spot again.
Oh no!
Kumba Links on IG. So those two platforms are definitely.
Hit us with the first one more time, because we got cut off a little bit.
At Chicago Hip Hop Theater Fest.
There you go. That's where you need to go, and that's what you need to put in your life and learn more about this wonderful event. I'm so glad you guys are returning back into person. I'm so glad that this is taking place. It's wonderful. I had a chance to experience it several years back, and it was just an incredible array of talent from some of our young voices who just need a place to present and to get their art off. And I'm so glad you guys are delivering the stage and also the arena to do that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you. We appreciate you, and we can't wait for you to come out, break bread, and head over.
All right, Sam and I are gonna need matching jerseys.
Okay. Look, you gotta send me your size. Size. We'll have it ready.
I need the Shaq size. So if you make sure you get
that
size. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining us, Jacinda. We appreciate it. All right, we're gonna Jacinda Bullie joining us here on Weekend at Gabe. Chicago Hip Hop Theater again is taking place next coming weekend on July 23rd. So that's the place to be. Go check them out at Chicago Hip Hop Theater on the social medias. That's the place to learn and get more information. I definitely want to go out there with the kids and let them just sort of hang out and see all the really cool stuff that because it's just like a different talent of young voices, and we're gonna have a young voice joining us in just a few moments. But it's really cool to see what these young artists are, what their feelings are, what their emotions are, what their physical talent is, what their art talent is, and just sort of getting that this montage and being around it feel is really cool to experience.
I love all these grassroots movements that are like popping up all over the city. You got Trap House Chicago and Heavy Crowns working hard on the south side. You got Chicago Hip Hop Theater Fest going hard on the west side. And it's like, man, good positivity, and it's just, planting seeds that are going to grow one day, baby.
Someone mentioned to me, they hit me up on the text. My homie said that they've been around for 25 years, but Jacinda looks like she's 35.
That's facts. That's facts.
She looks great. So I don't know if she put this together at the age of 10. It's not. I wouldn't put it past her. Very ambitious and obviously connected to the community. So what a compliment.
Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head, and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.